Recording in progress.
Oh, yes, baby. It is 100 proof football from the Rocky Mountains of Utah down to the panhandle of Florida. 100 proof football coming at you. My name is Paul Kleckler, joined as always by my co-host Adam Pope. The fourth and final edition of our NFL draft grades. Yes, it is the off season. Yes, the draft was like a month ago, and we're finally wrapping it up, man, with the NFC and AFC North. How you feeling, baby?
Feeling pretty good. This is our part 2 of 2. So, I mean, according to you, this is part 3 of 4.
You know,
so.
hey, I was going to leave that in the past, Hakuna Matata style, but you know.
That means no worries.
You got to put your behind in your past. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You got to put your behind in your past, baby. No worries at all, man. Drinking a Rainier with my boy, talking about football when there's no football to be talked about. We're still finding a way to keep the underproofers out there with something to listen to, man. So we're starting off this week in the NFC North, man. Come on, let's get these draft grades going. Chicago Bears, Chi-Town, you're on the clock, man, with your co-host Adam Pope. Talk to me.
All right. Well, I mean, you just said we're talking about football when there's no football to be talked about. Now insert Chicago Bears. This whole fucking draft, this draft doesn't mean squats. I mean, like, Eberflus gets Eberflunked on this draft. I mean, you got Kyler Gordon and Brisker, which I think are pretty solid picks. But other than that, I'm really, befuddled. You lost. You got Justin Fields as your quarterback. And what was his biggest problem? He couldn't get protected, and he was getting sacked left and right. He was running around like the game was way too fast. Give this man some protection. And they didn't draft an offensive lineman till the 5th round. So, I mean, that's a no-brainer. I'm drafting offensive lineman. I'm going to protect my young quarterback. Eberflus is a defensive guy, so it made sense. Cornerback safety. I mean, Indianapolis Colts have great cornerback safeties and a linebacker. But who's the second guy they lost? Probably a great wide receiver they never utilized was Allen Robinson.
Good point.
And you got Velus Jones. Like, you lost an all-pro receiver potential. And to a guy who, if he starts, that's because we suck that bad or because we got so many injuries. So I like his upside, but he shouldn't be starting year 1 in the NFL and be a all-star. He is going to take 2 or 3 years before he makes an impact. So I'm just, I don't know. I say flunk, but I mean, definitely a damn D.
A D?
Yeah, D.
All right. Well, I mean, hey, I'm with you, man. The only thing I can think of is one or two things why they didn't draft no offensive line. They either think that Justin Fields is so bad they know they fucked up. So they got, you know what I mean? Let's just get some defensive backs to keep the score lower and then make the game a little closer and end a little faster so we can just hand this ball off and keep the score low. And that's about it. You know, like you said, Eberflus, a defensive coach, so that also makes sense. But, you know, I guess both of my things go hand in hand. The other thing was to keep the score low, or they think that Justin Fields, they already know he's not the guy. Either one, drafting 2 people in the secondary help you out with that problem. So, yeah, other than that, I don't know what they're doing. Like you said, their first offensive lineman was in round 5, because they still could have gone round 3.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Velus Jones is not Robinson, but nobody's going to be – Robinson can't be Robinson with Justin Fields throwing the ball like that. So, I mean, he's going to have to make a leap, like a big fucking leap from year 1 to year 2, or this Chicago Bears going to go from Trubisky to fucking Justin Fields, from, you know what I mean? Like, the best quarterback they've had is in the last, 2 decades is Rex Grossman or Jay Cutler's ass. Like, I would just draft 3 quarterbacks and let them all compete. Like, shit, man, come on, man. What is it you say you do here? I'm down with you. This might be my first F of the whole fucking draft grade season, but I'm drinking to my damn self on this F, man. Whatever.
Eber flunk his ass.
Eber flunk. That's right, dude. That's right, dude. So, yeah, I'm not feeling that at all, man. Don't forget, by the way, before we keep going, to check us out on your favorite social media outlets, man. Instagram and Twitter at 100ProofFB. We're also coming to you live each and every podcast on the YouTube channel at 100 Proof Football, man. So y'all find us out there, show us some love, join the chat, hype in the chat, drink with us, spin the drink wheel, and let's have some fun, man. This is a very special draft grade, isn't it? Because both of our teams are in this this segment, man. And we're going on to my co-host team, man. Let's give it to you Homer style, man. The Detroit Lions riding with your boy, Jared Goff. Talk to me, man. Talk to me.
All right. As you know, I really don't like Aiden Hutchinson. I hope he proves me wrong. But, damn, I think I'm going to be staying corrected on it, but you know what? I still don't like him. And I'm probably the most adamant about that. Jameson Williams coming off injury. But I started thinking about Jameson Williams. If he can line up on the X or the Y as far as the receivers, like spread them out. And then they just got Chark on the other end, another speed receiver, and then Amon St. Brown just gobbling the shit up in the middle. Great tight end. So, I mean, after you get past all that, the offense that is actually pretty damn decent right now. As far as Detroit, like, it actually looks better than it has in quite a few years. And then the rest of the draft is a bunch of, like, buy-ins. Like, these people are, like, nose for the football. I put my freaking bleed, dirt, knees. Like, I'm rough and tough. This is, like, what Dan Campbell is trying to make. And even from the 6th round, like, Malik Rodriguez as a linebacker, James Houston as an edge, coming from the HCBU. These guys are all about the buy-in, and I think they did due diligence on their research, and I really like this draft. It's not my favorite draft, but I'm going to give it an A- because Aiden Hutchinson.
I'm going to drink to the A-, man. I'm going to drink to the A-. That's exactly what I have. Look, I don't hate Hutchinson, and I like Hutchinson better here than with any other team.
Mm-hmm.
Hometown boy. You know, they say low ceiling, high floor, but all that means is you know what you're getting. And you know, TJ Watt, where'd he go? End of the 1st round, I believe, when he was drafted. Very late. This guy is up there, you know, 2nd overall. A lot of people thought he'd be 1st overall. So in that way, is, you know, it's a right fit for a pick. I don't think he has very many question marks. It's just, you know, can the white boy produce on D-line, man? Let's get it done, and then there you go. It's a good pick, dude. Jameson Williams, when healthy, bad motherfucker. He's badass. Coming off of ACL, it's, you know, it's not sexy to take a guy. I had him falling in my draft board because of that ACL. But Detroit ain't worried about it at all. They didn't looked at it, checked it with the doctors and all that, feeling good about it. Josh Pachal, if I'm saying it right, man. Pachal, I don't know if I'm saying that right. Hey, man, Pro Football Focus had him graded out of the 90, man. That's one of the top pass rushers in the league. So DN is the 2nd highest paid position behind quarterback. And they just got 2. And if they just short up their line like that, this is the only reason I'm giving it an A-. I'm thinking outside the box on this shit. It's because you ain't winning shit with Jeff Goff at quarterback. That doesn't mean they need to go out and draft a quarterback this year. But I think their draft was so good it's going to make them fall a little lower next draft than they need to be. So are they going to get the quarterback they could have got, because they got some damn talent walking on this field after this draft now, I'm telling you. And we talked about it at length last year on multiple occasions. Dude, for a team as shitty as Detroit was last year, them boys played. And them boys fought.
Yep.
And them boys didn't mail in on that season, man. So if these people buy in like that, and these new additions come into Detroit the same way that the team was buying in before, they can win 6-7 games.
Yeah.
Well, then they're going to be drafted 12th or something, as opposed to top 5 or whatever else, when they might need a quarterback to replace Goff. So that's the only thing outside the box thing I don't like about Detroit, which means they're a victim of their own success. But I'm drinking that A-, man. Once again, cheers. Detroit had a great draft. A great draft.
Yep.
Moving on. The Green Bay Packers for the 10th year, 11th year, 12th year in a row, still did not draft the offensive player in the first round. They should have the best defense of all time by now. It should be every person on the defense should be a first rounder, mathematically. So, and that's yet to happen, but they just fucking keep drafting first round players. Talk to me.
I like the first round, even though it's all defense. I mean, Quay Walker, I cannot begrudge. I mean, that's a solid pick for where they're at 22nd. Devontae Wyatt from Georgia again, 28th. I mean, that freaking front seven from Georgia was getting gobbled up. So, I don't begrudge those two picks. They got Christian Watson, from which I actually had a first round pick that got early in the second round, which I actually had going to the Green Bay in the first round. So like 6 picks later,
good job,
they actually got him. So
that was a point.
And then I mean everything else, it makes sense to me. They loaded up on the back end, some filling needs as far as the late 5th and 7th rounds. But nothing really stood out to me. I'm gonna go a solid B. Like they didn't destroy. They did a good job, and there's no way you're gonna replace Devontae Adams. But with Watson, I think they tried.
You know, there is a way they can replace Devontae Adams. I'm so just over this shit, man. I'm over this shit. I was right. I looked it up. 2012 was the last time. Well, I was right and wrong. I said 2012 was the last time they drafted an offensive player. Asterisk. They did draft a backup quarterback a couple of years ago. Besides Jordan Love, they haven't drafted an offensive player in 10 years, dude. 10 years. It's crazy in the first round. They're still not doing it. They got good players. Fine. That's fine. Bro, they have one of the best quarterbacks in a generation. A lot of people think that it's controversial because they don't win nothing, but they won't give them no weapons. And there was a way that they could have replaced Devontae Adams. What's this? Hold on, I'll tell you what.
No, okay, screw that. They can replace offensive weapons if your quarterback doesn't ask for a fucking gigantic sum of money, and where it could have been a split between Devontae and the quarterback, and both be happy.
You talking about this year?
I'm talking about any year.
Aaron Rodgers, if he's got weapons like he has that Jordy Nelson and Randall Cobb and all them boys, and they was throwing the ball all over the yard, man. Like, if he had the weapons, he'd be a lot happier, man. But here's the thing: you know how you replace Devontae Adams? Ask the Philadelphia Eagles, bro. Ask the Philadelphia Eagles who they got during the draft. We just talked about it last episode. So you could have got him. You could still try to go get DK Metcalf or somebody. I don't know if they can afford him. Maybe they do, and then I'll shut the hell up and I'll take back my shitty draft grade I'm about to give their ass. But I give him a C. I give him a C, and that's being nice.
That's shitty. Yeah, that is being nice.
That's being nice.
I
because
was being nice
they
too.
did get some good players, but it's not what they need. Christian Watson, by the time if he develops into a wide receiver one in the NFL, Rodgers gonna be like 42 years old or some shit.
Nah, he was my best receiver coming out.
You just said last episode it was your boy from Arkansas.
I, well, I'm saying like day one, but he was my I like Christian Watson.
I like him too, but NFL is a different ball game, man. Most receivers do not develop that quickly in the NFL. They can put up some numbers,
Yeah,
but yeah, he's not going to be at the level he needs him to be by the time Rodgers still has what you want left in the tank. Okay, so yeah, I'll move on. I'll get off my soapbox, but they better get their mass a wide receiver for Aaron Rodgers, or I don't know. I'll call Jeopardy back or something. Be like, shit, I don't even need this shit. I call Fox Sports or somebody. Say, I see what y'all gave Tom Brady. Talk to me. Shit,
yeah.
this is some bullshit. All right, last up in the NFC North, man, is the Minnesota Vikings, baby. Skull Vikes, man. You know a team I weirdly have a soft spot for even before they got Dalvin Cook. Talk to me, man. How you feel about the draft?
I really don't like it that much. Lewis on like Georgia safety. Okay, if there was a weakness in Georgia, it's their DBs and safeties. And honestly, if Mitchie, I know it sounds like a homer, but if Williamson and Mitchie was playing in the title game, Georgia would not have won. They'd have lost by double digits easy.
Bruh.
I know.
Yeah,
It's
butt
a homer.
hurt much? Come on, man.
But hurt much, but you gotta think they couldn't stop him. And honestly, Young was throwing passes right into the hands, and our young receivers after that were just dropping them. Like that was the difference of the game. Then Georgia didn't have any respect for our passing, but now you got me on a tangent.
I didn't. You got yourself on the last thing I was talking about, the damn national championship game.
Anyhow.
Bruh.
So
Lewis
their
Stein.
DBs, the DBs can't cover anybody. So I still had him going in the first round. So I think 32. It was a very late first round, but
you did have him in the first round.
So I think it's a good pick. Andrew Booth was an excellent pick. Other than that, I think it was okay picks, but nothing that would stand out to me. So I'm gonna go with the solid C plus. It was a good draft, just not excellent.
Yeah, they got some things they needed, but like, I don't know, man. Unless you're getting Troy Polamalu's ass or something, I don't know about taking a safety in the first round, especially because they traded down, man. They were 12th overall. And traded down, ended up with Lewis Stein. I mean, let's see. Look from 31 to 12 and see who they could have taken, man. I'm just going to pull this up. I should have done this ahead of time, but I just thought about this. NFL draft round 1. Let's see who they passed on to get Lewis Stein's ass. Hold on. All right. They passed on Jameson Williams. Imagine him on the other side of fucking Justin Jefferson, because you know what's his name getting old. Freaking Thielen. Passed on Jordan Davis, Kyle Hamilton, Kenyon Green, Jahan Dotson, Zion Johnson, Treylon Burks, Trevor Penning, Kenny Pickett. If you hate freaking Kirk Cousins' ass, well, Kenny Pickett would have been there. Trent McDuffie, Quay Walker, Kyle Elam, Tyler Smith, Tyler Lindenbaum, Jermaine Johnson II. Speaking of DNs, what? Devin Lloyd, what? Devontae Wyatt, Cole Strange, George Karlaftis, and Daxton Hill. All them people could have been y'all's, bro. And you got Lewis Stein, man. So, hey, Lewis Stein's good. You had him first round, great. I almost did. I didn't, though. So, I mean, if you're going to trade down, I guess they feel like they got, some positions of need. But I'm not that impressed, man. I'm not that impressed at all. I'm gonna give him a B minus, man. B minus. I don't know. I wanted more out of him, especially when they got the weapons they got I mean, it did go secondary, so I get it. It's just not sexy. It's not sexy. So B minus, man. B minus from me. All right,
I
moving.
mean, you made it sound like they were about to fail.
Well, not fail, but like I don't know, man. I give the first round draft grade like a C minus, man, or a D plus or something.
Yeah.
Because even though Sign is good, like you pass on way too many people to get him. That could have been big for you, man. So moving on to the AFC North, going on the Baltimore Ravens, baby. Talk to me.
I mean, to me, this is a good draft. However, it all depends on how people adapt. Ajabo from Michigan in the second round, Jalen Norman Davis, quarterback in the fourth round. If those guys get healthy and they can actually produce, they got drafted super low from what they were projected towards. I mean, Ojabo was probably a first round draft pick before he got injured on his pro day at Michigan. So, I mean, for you to get him at 45 is crazy. Travis Jones at UConn in the third round is a really good pick. And then you got your first round picks, Kyle Hamilton at 14. He could have been a top 10 pick. He could have probably been a top 5 pick, and people would have been like, I get it. So you got him at 14. He's a ball hawk. He covers the field. Linderbaum, like, are you kidding me? Like, shore up that offensive line right up the gut. Like you said a few podcasts ago, like no quarterback wants pressure up the middle. That's the worst time. And he's your front and center. Makes perfect sense. This is a solid A draft. I don't see where you went wrong.
I'll drink to that, man. I have an A on them as well. I hate that we're agreeing so much. One thing, I mean, I say, let me get on this camera for a minute, man. Let me look at the NFL GMs on this camera. Look, this is how you draft. This how you supposed to draft, okay? From now on, this how you draft. I don't care who you are. That's what you're supposed to do. I'm talking about every pick they got in the first, 4 rounds, which was 5 different picks, was a value pick. Had more value than the spot where they took them at. Every single one of them. The only reason I don't give them an A+ is because they need a fucking receiver. They don't let Hollywood go. They need somebody, for crying out loud. They already didn't have nobody. I mean, we'll see if Hollywood is as good a receiver as he thinks he is, because he wants to get to a different system where he can shine more. But, dude, other than that, this is great. There's still some free agents out there to be had, but this is a great AAA draft, man. Great draft, dude. So I would drink to that A grade. Moving on to the defending AFC North and AFC champion, Cincinnati Bengals. Talk to me.
All right. Well, clearly, they're going to need help on the defensive back front. So, naturally, Daxton Hill fit perfectly, probably as a safety, one of those hybrid safeties. And then I really didn't get it, but Cam Taylor Britt from Nebraska, you got to shore up that DBs, and that wasn't my go-to, but you know what? I get what they're saying. Zachary Carter from Florida, defensive tackle, I think is pretty solid. Defensive tackle. I'm just not into it, man. Like, I can't buy into it. A bunch of people gave him B's. Some people gave him maybe a low A to a high C. I gotta go below that.
Ooh.
I'm gonna go C minus. I like what they're doing, and this doesn't make sense to me. So it might be just me. I just don't get it.
What didn't make sense to you, though, bro? Like, do you not like the positions? Because I like these other people you're talking about, have an A- grade on them. I'll tell you why in a second. But why? I mean, you said C.
Yeah,
I mean, what?
C-, I
C
think.
minus.
But,
Good lord. All right. So
well, okay.
tell
So
me, elaborate a little more. Go a little more in depth.
my,
What should they have done, position wise, or you think they reached? What's up?
well, okay. I think they should have either traded up and gotten somebody else or not, like make a commitment. But they didn't make a commitment to protecting, yeah, Burrow. I mean, that's all it is. Is like, I mean, people still rush up the gut on him. Like there's nothing there. There's no future there. They might make trades and stuff, but I mean, I'm looking at potential future. You got a franchise quarterback. I'm investing in that franchise quarterback. And a few teams that we've talked about already, I'm like, I see what you're doing, aka the Chargers. Perfect with the two offensive linemen with Zion Johnson and I forget the other guy, but that's no knock on him. I just can't really think of him. But like I see like, hey, you're a franchise quarterback. We're gonna invest so much fucking money in you. I'm gonna protect you at all costs. And look, their first offensive lineman was Cordell Volson, North Dakota State, in the 4th round, and that was it.
Well, all right. Well, time out. So this is why I'm giving them the A minus, man, because they addressed that shit in the off season.
I know they did.
They addressed that shit in the offseason, man. So if they feel comfortable about the offseason moves that they made, which clearly they do, whether I mean you might not agree with them, maybe you don't like the people they got, or you grade them lower than they seem to, or whatever. But other than that, if you got your line where you want it on the O line, which they seem to think so, and it was good enough already to get them to the Super Bowl with a chance to win it in the last drive. So it's got to be better. So then what do? You go defense, defense, defense. Now, you can argue whether those players were the best at their position when available. I mean, Daxton Hill I like. The cornerback, he's pretty versatile. We'll see. He's fast. He got closing speed. Zachary Carter out of Florida, you might be a question mark, but you're at the 95th overall at that point on the D-line. I mean, you get what you can get. Hope you can develop him. I don't think they're counting on him to go to the Super Bowl and be a big part of their Super Bowl repeat run this year. But I feel like the two things they needed was a little more pass defense and offensive line help from last year's Super Bowl team.
They rushed the passer like crazy.
No, secondary help. Pass in the secondary.
I agree.
Not pass rush.
Yeah.
So they went cornerback safety or safety cornerback.
Yeah.
So, and then they got off the line in the offseason. I don't hate it. A minus. I think they got what they needed as long as the players end up producing. That's my point. So, but I like we had something to contend about because we've been agreeing too damn much. All right. The Cleveland Browns, man, with no first or second round pick, but they got 3 trades, man. 3 trades, 3 third-round picks. Talk to me.
All right. I hope to God we don't agree with this.
I mean, go ahead.
Probably one of my top 10 favorite picks of the draft. They got freaking what they needed. Cade York as a kicker, man. LSU kicker. You frown on me, but you know what? Like, there's kickers are starting to make a difference in the NFL. And if you got somebody with big old cojones, like, yeah, you draft that guy, and you draft him in the 4th round.
What's it sound like when you got cojones, man? I need to know. I've never made that sound. I just learned something about myself. Must not have the required equipment, bro.
Bruh. Or you must not lay him beneath me. But yeah, I mean, honestly, like after Cade York, I thought they actually did a good job with Jerome Ford, like running back Cincinnati. Also, I didn't mind David Bell being a 3rd-round pick. There was talks of him being maybe a 1st or 2nd-round pick early on before like the combine and stuff. I think he fell in the combine. but honestly, like he's a good hands receiver. So if you put somebody on the opposite side of Cooper, maybe in the off season, like that guy can really develop and be a cowbell for you. Um, so yeah, I'm gonna say B+ on this draft,
Wow.
probably because of Cade York. I think that
Because of the
highly of
fourth
him.
round kicker. I
Fourth
mean,
round kicker, baby.
if you're comparing kicker strategies with the Tampa Bay Bucks that drafted one in the first round, then yeah, what a steal. You're talking about how the difference, kicker position makes nowadays. Yeah, that's true. And K. York's a good one. So, and you got him in the fourth round. I mean, I'll give you that. It's a boring draft. I mean, you got cornerback, edge, wide receiver all in the third round. UAB, Purdue, and Mississippi State. No college anybody really wants to go to. Um, you know, their first round pick is Deshaun Watson. So if you count that, yay. Otherwise, Alex Wright is a good edge rusher. So I think he'll definitely help him off the edge. I mean, it's just boring. And I give him a B for boring. There's nothing sexy about it. It's just, it's some positions they need. So, B.
Okay, we move on.
Moving on, baby. To the second homer team of the draft, my Pittsburgh Steelers, man. Getting the hometown guy at 20th overall. Talk to me.
I want you to go first on this one. This is your team.
Well, that's why I'm gonna close it out on a positive note, man. Come on, come on. Don't break the cipher. Don't fuck up rotation, man.
All right.
Puff, give.
I was gonna try to shit on your parade just because, but so Kenny Pickett, George Pickens. George Pickens had a hell of a draft. If you haven't seen it, look it up. Lil Calvin Austin, the fourth round, a little small guy, but damn, he is fucking electric. Carter Haywood, I thought was solid. Like, this is a pretty damn solid draft. I don't think it's Baltimore Ravens kind of draft, but everything definitely makes sense. Kenny Pickett, you need a freaking quarterback. You got Trubisky. If he doesn't pan out, you need somebody, and Pickett can take first reps. I think he was my number one NFL ready quarterback. George Pickens is a nice, tall, good prospects on him. Receiver. Lil, oh geez, I didn't know they needed help on defensive tackle, but damn, they just improved there. Austin, a speedy ass receiver, yeah. So everything just makes sense. They replaced the misses that they had. So yeah, I'd say B+.
Solid grade, man. Look,
A minus.
Hey, bumping it up. All right.
Yeah, I'm bumping it up.
All right, you got to drink with me, then. That's where I had him at. A-, baby. Killing this Rainier. Got one more Rainier to pop tonight, man. Cheers to you out there. Cheers to my 100 proofers out there, my Steelers fans, Steelers Nation. Look, I'm a little concerned about it. I ain't gonna lie. I give him an A- because with what was there, they did a great damn job. I mean, George Pickens, if he's healthy, that's a first round grade on a guy that you got in the second round. I love you had the best comment talking about they had Chase Claypool coming out as his replacement. Claypool going up there, open up the envelope, being like, "Oh
I
shit,
forgot about that.
yeah, oh shit, there's George Pickens' ass. What, he looks like me." Damn. So, yeah, man. I think the picks were all value. I like DeMarvin Leal. Yeah, dude, from off the edge. Great pick, late in the, for where you're at. A lot of value at every position. Sat back like a fucking boss and let Kenny Pickett just fall right in your lap, man. Didn't trade up. Didn't have to go Malik Willis. Literally, when you walk into the because the Panthers, for Pitt Panthers and the Steelers share a stadium and training facility. So they Pitt Panthers play at Heinz Field. Literally, when you walk to the training facility, there's a door on the left side that says Pitt and a door on the right side that says Steelers. The motherfucker literally just goes to the other door now, man. And every day he went through that pit door and just wondered, like, one day I would dream to go through that fucking door. It says Steelers. And that's where he's going now, man. And my only concern is, shit, this was not the year to draft a quarterback. Okay? But if you can become president with small hands, maybe you can be a starting quarterback in the NFL with the smallest hands on record, man, since they've been measuring that thing, dude. Apparently, this guy took a picture of him holding the football. He says, when I grip the ball, my thumb dislocates a little bit, gives me an extra inch. Whatever. I'm trying to learn that same trick to gain my extra inch in life. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to figure out if I,
You dislocate your penis.
Hey, you know what I'm saying? It's kind of like a snake when it has to eat something, dislocate its jaw. I'm trying to work on that trick, man. Get an extra inch in life, baby. But no, and to top it all off, man, Ironhead Hayward's son is now tight end Connor Hayward is now playing for Michigan State, man. And Cam Hayward's son, or is that Cam? Is that his nephew? They're related somehow. I keep forgetting. Cam Hayward. But they got the family connection, man, but on the same team. And
his brother plays on the team.
Yeah, his brother. That's right. I knew they related some kind of way. I can't keep it all straight, man. But Cam Hayward got his brother on there now, man.
It's pretty good.
Dude, that's awesome. Yeah, that's awesome, dude. I think it's a cool-ass draft. If Kenny Pickett pans out and George Pickens stays healthy, it's one of the top 3 drafts in the whole draft. And that's no homerism.
I don't know about that.
I said if George Pickens pans out like and stays healthy and Pickett ends up being a viable starting quarterback.
Can dislocate his thumb.
Yeah,
right?
That's it. So other than that, though, man, yeah, give me an A- with this because I'm just a little bit worried about Kenny Pickett and the talent of quarterback. They got the best quarterback in the draft, but typically that means first overall, top 3. There's probably 3 quarterbacks taken in the first 12, and the first quarterback of this whole draft was the 20th pick overall. So that's a little concerning. I'm pulling for the guy. I'm going for him. Go Steelers. A-. Cheers. You bumped up to my draft grade. And I know you're sad to see this being the end, man. Because for the entire month of May, we mapped out our entire schedule for draft grades. 1 month down, we now got June, July, and August. We got 3 more months to figure out some shit to talk about. But don't worry, man, because we come at you with fantasy football stuff. Coming at you in probably the beginning of August. Going to start grading some things out. Maybe a little bit earlier than that if we can't fill enough weeks up, man. Don't worry. We're going to be doing some.
Come July, we got college.
Yeah, we got college. We're going to be doing some mock drafts. We're going to get some boys, some real fantasy players in here now. And we're going to do some live mock drafts with y'all, showing you some different things, PPR, non-PPR, dynasty. We're going to do all kinds of different stuff, having a little fantasy focus as it gets closer to the season when there still is this, and it's training camps. There's not much going on. It's going to be fantasy season on 100 Proof Football, baby. So, man, I know we got some parting thoughts to leave with us, man. That's we're having to tape this and the other episode on the same night. I'm going to be on 2 weeks vacation, man, but it's kind of some sombering events around the nation, man. Tell me, put a little word in there before we close this out about it, man.
Not to get too sentimental or anything like this, and most people probably already tune out, but fucking all the fucking shootings, man.
It's crazy out there, man.
Like, you can agree with me, you can disagree with me, but I still
just don't shoot me.
I love you,
Yeah,
like,
amen.
And that's what we should be about. And I think like that. I don't know. I had some employees ask me like weeks ago. I was like, there's nothing I wouldn't do for somebody else. Like, I give my life for somebody else, no questions asked, even if I don't know that person, with the hopes like they would like see that and maybe either become better or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's not my place to judge. That's somebody a lot higher than me.
Amen
but
to that.
fuck. You gotta quit these shootings, man. Like, we gotta get down to the bottom of this, man. Like,
no, I'm with you.
Dividing,
yeah,
but both political parties.
Yeah, it ain't got nothing to do with none of that, man.
Country,
dude.
Yeah,
bro. I'm with you on there, man. There's a lot of evil in the world, man, and it seems like every time you turn on your TV or just get on social media or something. It seems like the evil gaining a lot more foothold in the world, man. So we, not to keep it on a down note, we're gonna end on a positive note. But yeah, man, just our hearts and thoughts go out there with everybody. Of course, the families and the shootings out there, and not only just the ones that's making the national media. Man, there's shootings going on everywhere that nobody ever hears about, and for them families, they ain't forgotten, and they matter too, man. So I don't care where you put political affiliations lie. I don't care what religion, race, or creed you are, man. We all human. We all bleed red, and we all Americans, man. We're on the same damn team out here, man. So. Yeah, hearts go out and all that, man. Just try to spread a little extra love this week, man, and in your day, man. Just try to think of some kind of way you could show somebody some love, because love conquers all, man. There cannot be darkness where there is light. It makes sense. You turn the light switch on, there cannot be darkness where the light is, man. So bring a little light into the world. But other than that, man, I don't want to give anything away. We might have some dick dislocation videos coming out soon. If we can figure it out, master, we're gonna turn our Tenacious D on, do some cop push-ups, and we're gonna see if we can learn the secret that Kenny Pickett has figured out with his thumb, and see it apply it to our daily lives and into the bedroom, gentlemen and ladies. I know you pull them for us, man. I know you pull them for us out there, dude. So
I need much more than an inch.
1 inch at a time, man. Come on. But that's going to do it for 100 Proof Football. Shout out to the chat out there, man. We got some Packers fans out there saying go green. Hey, don't forget to like this video. Hit the subscribe button. Hit the bell down there so anytime we go live, you get notified, man. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. And from the Rocky Mountains of Utah down to the Panhandle of Florida, this has been 100 Proof Football. All the draft grade editions complete. If you need to know what we think, look back on your favorite podcast channel, Apple Podcasts or Spotify, and you can get all our grades there, and also all stream live on YouTube, baby. May all your parlays come through, and may all the women be satisfied. We out.
Yeah.
I'm out of here, bitches!